Okay, well, I wanted to come on here and talk about my experience interviewing with the Disney College Program and how I prepared for that and just give any little tips or tricks because I got accepted. I recently got accepted last week, and so it's all still fresh. And so if I could help anyone else get accepted to make more friends, that'd be great. Preparing for my interview, I watched tons of videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, I watched it. So my biggest tip would be to smile. Everyone says that, but you can really tell. I just be yourself. That's like so basic, but it's true. Like I answered the phone and I was just like so myself. Like I wanted to know how her day was going. I just don't be afraid to be you. Like you do so much research going into this interview. That's another thing is do your research. Don't go into this blind. Make sure you know what you're talking about because they want someone that has taken the time to do their research. So I didn't want to like sound like I was rehearsed, but I wanted to be true to who I was. I printed out notes. These are the notes that I had during my interview. I just had them laid out in front of me. I actually really didn't use them much, but I had done so much research prior that I knew exactly what to say to a specific question. So for example, I had this is my bullet point. So like these are some questions that I had done research on. Why Disney? Why do you want to work for the Disney company? So I had just written this whole section of like why Disney. It brings back, I've been going to Disney since I was a little girl. It just brings back such a happy memory. And then I related it to my major. So make sure you relate it to your major. I talked about how I'm going into business and Disney is a really big successful business. And so kind of just tied that together. It doesn't hurt. One thing that my mom told me that I think is actually really good interview advice, regardless of where you're interviewing, is it doesn't hurt to reiterate things. You can say something in one aspect and then use it and tie it into another question. Like it doesn't hurt to make yourself sound good. Like saying it over and over is not bad. And then at the top of my notes, I just had the key things that Disney looks for from my research. I found like guests instead of customers, safety, efficiency, and inclusion. So those were words that I kind of wanted to sneak in there. I didn't want it to be rehearsed. And then I also wanted to, like, if I could, get creating magical moments, guest experience, team-oriented, and attention to detail. That's kind of where I wanted to focus my interview. And so I put everything that I wanted to focus on my paper just because sometimes you freeze, and I didn't want to freeze and miss this opportunity because I froze in 5 seconds. I had done hours of research. So then you pick your roles that you think you'd be interested in. My lady only asked a little bit about the roles that I'd be interested in. It kind of depends on who reaches out to you and who's your recruiter. But so I went on in merchandising. I don't know my role yet, but that's kind of where I went. But I also had 2 other roles that I thought could fit as well. Just it like I didn't know how this conversation was wanting to go, and so I wanted to be over prepared. So it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. A scenario formula. She asked me a scenario, and I had written out a formula: acknowledge the guest or child's feelings, ensure safety and follow rules, offer a solution or redirect, and down a positive magical note. So that was the formula that I wrote down so that I could refer to it no matter what she told me. And mine was if you were like meeting Mickey and the child was scared, like how would you approach that? And so I kind of just like broke down. I don't know. I think everyone gets different questions based on my my research. So also they just told you. She asked me to tell her about myself, and I just kind of told who I am and what I'm interested in, that I love kids. And then on this page, I had more quotes. Like if I had froze, then I could say like, I'm a business major and I spent many years working with children. Like I wrote it out just in case I didn't want to use it. But then also by writing it down on a piece of paper, I had it in my head so that I kind of knew how to respond. I got asked what my strengths are. So I think having strengths and weaknesses is good. And then I make sure you write down your recruiter's name. I don't know if that's a make it or break it. Everyone has told me that. So make sure you write down their name so that you can at the end of the interview be like, thank you for taking this opportunity, or thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I want to thank you for this opportunity. Have a great day, Casey, or something like that. So make sure you keep your name. Also come in with questions. The question that I liked, that I thought of was what has been the most challenging and rewarding part of your job? And I think that kind of just like makes them think, and everyone, no matter what your job is, there's good things and bad things. And so it doesn't hurt to like hear those, And then how can I get the most out of my time in this program? She basically told me, go to events, be social, don't be afraid to do things, which yeah, that's why I want to do this. I want to make friends. And so I'm super excited to document this journey. And if you have any questions, message me or comment down below. But